Braves fired their GM, keeping their coach, who I think keeping their manager, and a lot of Braves fans that we're friends with aren't too happy about that. One of our Braves fans said, "I don't know the GM or the president who's hiring everyone, John Shearholtz, who was the GM in the '90s, said we got to get back to the Braves way." Our buddy said, "I don't even know what that is. Like, what is the Braves way? Losing? I mean, they've won one playoff series since 2000, I think."
Yeah, well, yeah, and yeah, somebody said something. That I think what did they lost, like 7 series in a row or something?
Something, yeah.
One of those is to the Cubs. So,
yikes!
So, yes, Braves fans, yeah, their trash talking should be minimal.
They're living in the past, man.
Yeah, they're definitely living in the past.
And let me get back to I know you really don't have a problem saying it to me, but I know you're glad Cardinals are done.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy.
You were tired of hearing about the Cardinal way, weren't you?
I am very tired of hearing about the Cardinal way and Joe Buck sitting on his father's lap watching Cardinal games. I won't say what else I said in that comment.
No, you won't.
But yeah, that was the Cardinals. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of it. And really, I really wanted to bring this up to you in person. I'm really sick and tired of you bitching about other fan bases locally. Let me tell you something. If you lived in the heart of St. Louis, you would start to hate the Cardinals because you would find you don't have a lot of Cardinal fans around here.
They don't talk about it on the radio.
You don't talk about it on the radio. You would have far more blowhards like you do with Nebraska football, Creighton basketball, Royals, I guess now. Yeah, you don't get the blowhards that you would start. I know you would start to hate the Cardinals, and you'd start rooting for somebody like, I don't know, I wouldn't say the Cubs, but you'd probably become like a Reds fan,
Pirates or something.
Yeah, something stupid.
Okay, first of all, I think you're right. My dad told me this 6 years ago when I was bashing Nebraska football. He goes, you know what? If you lived in St. Louis, you'd probably hate the Cardinals. I go, that's kind of interesting. It 6 years ago. It is an interesting thought. Or Indianapolis with the Colts.
Yep.
Second of all, I don't want to hear you talk about your sports fandom or whatever. You were a Cubs fan and you got crushed in 2003. Okay, and I think you're still holding that against baseball. So then, okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So Cubs start showing some promise. You kind of leave them. You become a Nationals fan, like when Adam Dunn signed with them. They're terrible. Nationals.
No, it was when Jason Worth signed with them.
Whatever. But you love Adam Dunn.
I do love Adam.
Okay, so you become a Nationals fan. His big ears having. Okay.
Yes.
Nationals start getting good. Yeah, I'm done with the Nationals.
Yeah.
Like, you just want to be a loser as far as baseball.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Knicks, yeah, you've been with them too long. But yeah, I don't want to hear about you talking about me bashing fan base when you just hop bandwagons to the worst baseball team in MLB. I'm sure you're a Tigers fan 2005 too.
No.
Or 2004.
No, I'm a diehard fan of the Yankees and Dodgers, and I'm a big fan of the Royals right now. My 2 favorite teams are in the World Series right now. So
yeah, okay. Can we talk about, like, especially locally? Here's a problem: you have a lot of our friends have primary teams. It's like, oh, my second team's the Royals, but they care just as much.
They act
like they care just as much. That's what's driving me crazy. But yeah, you're probably right. If I lived in St. Louis or Indianapolis, maybe I wouldn't.
And you'd become a Nebraska fan.
Because I hate seeing people when I see Cardinal writers on Twitter are like showing what the fans are saying. It's like, God, maybe you're right.
Yeah, and you ripping on the greatest fans or whatever to walk through this gate on Nebraska. Don't the Cardinals have some
best fans in baseball?
Yeah,
BFIB.
Yeah,
the BFIB.
Yeah, so yeah, okay, that's not lame though.
What?
That's not lame.
Well, they are.
Says who?
Everyone.
No.
Yeah, every time
every time Joe Buck comes on air with Tim McCarver.
Okay, Joe Buck tries so hard to be anti-Cardinal to prove that he's unbiased. He just ends up cheering for the other team. Don't tell me that Fox didn't want the Dodgers to win.
They didn't.
Oh, come on.
If they really wanted him to, Bud Selig would have rigged it.
Bud Selig, he wanted the Brewers to win.
The Brew Crew.
Yeah.
Why did? Are you a fan of this new commissioner? I don't even know his name.
No, it's the exact same thing. It's gonna be the exact same thing. No progress. We'll see. Do you think Okay, speaking of Bud, do you think his last move is going to be make Pete Rose or unban Pete Rose?
That's interesting because it's really not that interesting. But with Pete Rose, did you see those commercials?
Just the hall. I just saw the one where he's walking around the hall.
Well, he did the one with the Skechers or whatever.
Yeah, when
his
Oriental wife told him to get out of the hall or something.
Yeah, and
you're not allowed in the hall or something.
Yeah, during the MLB playoffs, on the broadcast, it's like, okay, baseball didn't put a kibosh on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know they want their money from Skechers, but that seems a little.
Skechers. You know anyone who wears Skechers? Yeah, either do I.
I've never heard of anybody wearing those. Yeah, it's. I'm a big fan of Pete Rose. Yeah, I think Bud Selig should definitely let him back in. What did he do that was so bad?
Yeah, he was bet on his team.
Yeah, okay, a boxer can bet on himself to, win a boxing match. But Pete Rose can't bet on his team.
Yeah. Because
of something scripted written into the walls in baseball.
I tell you what, he could have done a lot worse things. There's people doing a lot worse things that aren't banned from the sports they're involved with.
That's one of my favorite excuses for Pete Rose is
could have done a lot worse.
Yeah, he could have done a lot worse. It's like, and he always goes to the there's guys that beat their wives and stuff. And
he says that?
Yeah, he does a lot of that stuff, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, he would be.
I'm a big fan of him pointing out other baseball players' faults that are in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, Ty Cobb was a racist.
Yeah, I'm sure Pete Rose is the nicest guy you could find.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then they probably say, well, Pete Rose refused to let his wife have a baby during the season. Which I wish they would have interviewed him about some of these players with Kansas City being late to games in the playoffs for children being born.
Yeah.
Pete Rose should have been the first interviewed about that.
Yeah. He'd had a great take on it.
Oh yeah, he would have ripped him to shreds. We're going to go ahead and take a break here on LateNightSportsRadio.com. Bob Sullivan Show here with Matt Shepard. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Hey, there goes Joan Jett, Woke up to some wailing, was Van Halen on my radio. Parachute pants, skinny ties, Michael J. Fox, family ties, 1984. Radio. Don't want no more 90s shit. Nirvana was cool and maybe Pearl Jam, but that was it. Give me Springsteen, rock and roll, Cheap Trick, not Oingo Boingo. Hey, Joey Ramone, leave Michael Jackson at home. Radio.
hell can wait till morning? Talk now at latenightsportsradio.com.
Sullivan Show here on latenightsportsradio.com. If you want to call in, if you're listening live, go ahead and call in 585-633-7487. Again, that is 585-633-7487. I'm back here with Matt Shepard of the Matt Shepard Sports Hour on Pornhub.com. How you doing, Matt? No response to that? Matt.
Yeah.
The Daily Double from McDonald's not sitting well right now.
Yeah, I told you I advised against it, but...
Yeah, what can you do? It's probably not going to come out very well either.
That's great.
Well, we're back. Let's talk some football.
All right.
You are a notorious person for getting upset over power rankings.
I wouldn't say I'm notorious about power rankings, just dumb power rankings. Who really cares about... Okay, yeah, maybe you're right.
Who cares about power rankings? Obviously you do, because you freaked out over local sports show with their power rankings in, like, week 1.
No, it was like week 3. Week 3. It's just they had, like, Bengals 2 and Falcons 3. And that's the 2 I was flipping out about.
Well, they were both undefeated at the time.
Who cares?
So what? You would have put like an 0-2 or 1-1?
So do you think the Rams are better than the Seahawks because they beat them?
No, but
Okay.
it's early on. They're undefeated. You got to give them the props.
No, you got to evaluate the wins, Bob.
Okay, so if you were doing power rankings, what would your formula be? Because obviously, I'm guessing. I mean, I guess there's no formula for these people. I assume it's just, oh yeah, this looked pretty good, or they don't watch the games, and I'm not blaming them because there's a lot of games to watch. But
So why do they give power rankings? Leave it alone. Like, does it really matter what the power rankings are? Like, people got worked up over. It was before the Notre Dame Florida State game. People got worked up where like Notre Dame and Florida State were ranked. Like, that'll all work itself out.
yeah,
Like, who cares? I know those aren't power rankings; those actually matter. But
what do you like? Dilfer's dimes and Dilfer's stuff like that.
Absolutely, breaking down the best throws of the week. Yes.
But looking at these power rankings, who would your top 5 in your power rankings be?
Indianapolis 1. No,
Yeah, that's not biased.
yeah. Probably I'd probably have 2 AFC teams in there. Denver probably 1. Green Bay.
I really don't care. Who are your bottom 5 in your power rankings?
Bottom 5?
Mm-hmm.
That would be...
Obviously, Raiders are dead last, right?
Yeah, Raiders are dead last.
Do the Redskins?
Jags are second to last. Redskins are third to last.
Wait, who was your second to last? Jacksonville?
Yeah.
A
monumental win against Cleveland last week.
Minnesota fall in that category, maybe?